Dr. Adam Stoehr, please.
Really happy to be here, and I'm happy to share some of my research with you around how to be happier at work. The question I want to answer for you this morning is literally this one. How can you be a little bit happier at work? And is it possible to have a yay, it's Monday mentality? I'm looking at you guys right now, and I'm not sure about that. Not a lot of people are happy on a Monday or a Friday. In fact, only 26% of employees are what I would call happy at work. 74% of people in organizations typically are put in the category of not happy. There is a mindset that's prevalent in most of our heads that is backwards on the subject of happiness. That we need to be successful first, and then we'll be happy. No matter what you achieve, you put a little further next time, and you don't ever feel that happiness that you want. He gets this right. It's the opposite sort of mindset. Is that you're happy first, and then you become successful. The baseline for happiness is the word satisfaction. Satisfaction is what's referred to as a cognitive measure. It's a cognitive measure that's associated with the word like. I like things at work, and that makes me satisfied. If like is the word that's associated with satisfaction, love is a word that can be associated with engagement. And it has associations with deep meaning. I'm making a difference. I love what I do at work. I'm actually really good at what I do at work, and it shows. If you're only engaged, you're not necessarily happy. You're only happy when these three things cross over, and that's that little tiny triangle in the middle of these circles. All right, it's a hard target to hit. That's why only 26% of people are there. All right. Morale is a word that we use usually to describe groups of people, all right? And that's actually how it's defined. It's not an individual's feeling, it's a group's feeling. Morale is something that can be squashed. In fact, this was the most fragile of the three. It was the hardest one to come about because it's shared. It's something that we share. All three of these things, that center of these three circles, that little target in the middle is the one that we're after, the one right down in the middle here. But notice that when these three things intersect, it's a small target, and it being Monday today, joked around about this yay, it's Monday concept, right? You're not always there. Those 26% of people aren't always there. They don't always feel this way. It's not this euphoric feeling that we land on. It's a moving target. You're moving around these circles all day long, all week long, all year long. You're moving along, and the ones that are happy are staying towards the middle more often. That's what we want. So the happiness secrets fall into three categories. The first one that I want to share with you is this whole idea of shining a light on strength. There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking that makes it so. That is the essence of shining a light on strength. Multiple versions of reality exist. Multiple versions of reality exist. How you see it is your choice. How you see it is your choice. So we are happier if we focus on the positives of a situation. We are happier if we focus on strength. Natural happiness is when we actually get what we want. All right? It's what we get when we get what we want. For example, if I wanted to go on a vacation, a family vacation, I'll bring my family to Hawaii. I would imagine that would be cool. I've never been to Hawaii, but if it makes you jump like this, that'd be a 9 out of 10, guaranteed, all right? So that's natural happiness. We go to Hawaii, we get that feeling, all good. Synthesized happiness. This is interesting, because synthesized happiness is what we make when we don't get what we want. So I can't go to Hawaii. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Wild Water Kingdom, all right? I'm going to go to Wild Water Kingdom. It costs about $125, maybe $200 if you buy a couple things while you're there. They do search your bags when you go in. You can't bring food in, so you have to buy food there. You didn't get what you want, but you made something of it, right? Is the same thing in our heads. Turns out they are the same thing. Synthetic happiness is pretty much the same thing in our heads. That's interesting. So Wild Water Kingdom, I give that an 8.5 out of 10. Hawaii vacation, I give that a 9 out of 10. We're not talking a huge difference here. Our brains shape the way we feel about everything. So we can actually shape this thing. Shine a light on strength. You have a choice. Shine that light on strength. And notice weakness is down there. I'm not telling you to ignore weakness and bad things. So don't get me wrong on this. You don't ignore them, but we don't give them as much attention as we do the strengths and the things that are good around us. If an organization pays attention to strategic quality, more happy people work there. And I want to show you those results. You don't want an empty trophy cabinet. You want a full trophy cabinet. And I'm not talking about just general sort of participation awards. I want awards that are meaningful. Basically, an organization that's excellent, that is practicing strategic excellence, is one that pays attention to these 5 categories. They pay attention to leadership. They pay attention to planning. They pay attention to customers, they pay attention to people, and they pay attention to processes. If you pay attention to all 5 of these drivers, you can fill your trophy cabinet with an award like the one on the right. That's the Canada Award for Excellence. Each of these dots represents a company that I was involved with, that I had involved in the research. On the y-axis on the left there, we have the level of excellence that was present. And on the x-axis, we have the level of happiness that's present. We want to be in the top right. That means that if an organization is paying close attention to strategic quality, like they are, they also have high levels of happiness. We want to be one of those dots in the top right. In the bottom left, those are empty trophy cabinets. The top right, full trophy cabinets. It turns out that most research would suggest that public sector employees are very different than private sector employees. Private sector organizations are the happiest. That's what the research showed. So sorry for you. I'm sorry about that, all right? But private sector organizations, public sector organizations were significantly different, way lower, and not-for-profit were way, way lower. So big differences all around. So that one's kind of interesting. Here's another one. What do you think about this one? Management feeling differently than frontline about happiness. This is the senior leadership. This is the management. This is the front line. We're not happy. Yes, they are. No, we're not. Yes, they are. No, we're not. Yes, they are. Here's another one. Long-term employees felt differently than new employees, felt different than medium-term employees. New employees were the happiest, all right, new employees. This is like 6 months in, you've agreed to pay me for something, all right? I'm all in. Yeah, that sounds good. Do we have any new employees in the room? Oh, a couple, all right, so you're all in, according to this research. Now, that kind of tapers out a little bit after 2 years, but here's the dungeon, I guess, if we want to call it. How many people are in the 5 to 10 year range of tenure? All right, I'm really sad for you. Yes, you're in a tough spot right there. How many people have more than 10 years? All right, you're back in business. Yeah. You're back. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, no, this place is great. I love it here. Turns out that part-time employees and full-time employees also feel differently. The part-timers, not as happy as the full-timers. So people who are in the door part-time aren't as happy as the full-timers. So then I thought, well, what about the empty award cabinet compared to the full award cabinet? And when I talk about this, I'm actually talking about my experience with the Canada Award for Excellence. The award winners had a significantly higher level of happiness than the non-winners. And this is where quality sameness came into play. For organizations that paid close attention to quality in a strategic fashion, everyone was the same. Everyone was the same. These differences that we talked about and laughed about a few minutes ago weren't true anymore. Quality was the attitude equalizer. When I just separated the award winners, the management felt the same way as frontline. They all feel good. Sector wasn't a difference anymore. So they were the same, regardless of sector. Same, regardless of full-time, part-time. Same, that whole thing that you guys got a kick out of, the 10-year plus thing, didn't exist anymore. It was all the same. It was all high. So that's why I say look for full trophy cabinets. And if you can't find one that is full, fill it. Get some trophies in there. This third one is the easiest one and the one that you can actually implement this afternoon. How do you not be a jerk? How do you not be a jerk? Let me show you. So how is this done? How is this done? So again, I'll kind of go back to one of my kids' favorite movies lately. It's this whole idea of Inside Out. So all those other 4, the anger and the disgust and the fear, they usually kind of go with jerkiness, right? So they actually make you a little bit more like a jerk. The one that's associated with happiness is joy. So I want to bring joy to the surface. And how is that done? And there are 3 simple things, and I practice these. I try to practice these every day. Be kind. That's rule 1, all right? Be kind. I'll tell you some very specific ways that you can be more kind. The second one is be active, and the third one is be present. So let's talk about kindness. Kindness is being squeezed out of our workplaces, and I want to bring it back, and I want it to happen today for you. So here's what your homework is in this regard. I want you to commit some random acts of kindness today, all right? It's simple, simple stuff. Praise good work, all right? I want you to do this today for someone. We don't do that enough, and the more you do it, the happier you'll be, and the happier that recipient will be. Another example of this is to send an encouraging email, and I want to share one with you that really kind of got me to the core when I received it, so I'll actually share it with you. It was from my daughter. I was doing a talk like this in front of 4,000 people at the American Society for Quality conference a few weeks ago, and I was nervous about it. You know, I'm typically doing this kind of thing in front of groups like you, 100 people or so. But this was a big one. This is like I'm up there, I'm all mic'd up, I'm all sort of doing my thing. And the night before, at about 7 p.m., the night before, I get this text from my daughter. Check this out. Hi, Daddy. I just wanted to wish you so much luck on your presentation tomorrow. You are going to be the best one there. Good luck. Break a leg, and if you get nervous, you can just imagine that the whole audience is me. All right. And I thanked her for that. And then she said, NP, PS, that means no problem. All right. I don't know how old she thinks I am, but she needed to define that for me. And she's 11. But isn't that cool? Things like this. If you can send a note like that to anyone in this room, anyone that's in your world, you'll be happier. They'll be happier as a result. So I share that with everyone that I work with. The second thing is this whole idea of being active. It's amazing, and I'm not saying you have to be a CrossFit champion. I know that sometimes that gets out of hand. We don't have to go for marathon running. We don't have to go and do wild things. We have to just get out for 20 minutes a day. And there's some positive responses that go and literally take a walk. Spending 15, 20 minutes outside can boost your mood, can get some endorphins going. That's what being active is about. The third thing is being present. Happiness lives in the present. Worry lives in the past. Worry lives in the future. Happiness lives in the present. So be present. You can do this really simply. It's later today. Just close your eyes for 2 minutes and think about your breathing. And that will center you and bring you into the moment. Another simple idea here that I can share with you on being more present is the power of smiling. You're all smiling at me right now. I want you to practice this whole notion of smiling. Turn to the person next to you and make them smile within 5 seconds or less. Right now, go. I think we had 100% success. It's a very easy thing. So believe it or not, there have been research studies done on this. Research studies have been done on smiling, and it turns out that the more we smile, the happier we are. Amazing. A simple thing you can try this afternoon. If you're within 10 feet of someone, you owe them a smile. You owe them a smile. So for the rest of the day, you owe someone a smile if you're within 10 feet of them, if you're crossing paths, all right? And it's an added bonus if you add in the gunslinger kind of smile, like this kind of thing. Like that works. I think that one works really well. You want the gunslinger smile. But you don't have to do the gunslinger, but at least a smile. What's the 5? If you're within 5 feet of someone, you owe them a hello. You owe them hello. And bonus points if you use their name, all right? And a hello with their name and a smile will sort of make them happier as a result. So I've shared the secret with you. I've shared all 3 of them with you. The first one, how are we going to get yay, it's Monday attitude? It's a simple process of shining a light on strength. Basically, get your light out and shine that light right on strength. And there we go. She's got big muscles there. Second thing, practice strategic excellence. And the easy way to sort of interpret that is look for a full trophy case, all right? My son's an all-star hockey player, and he's got lots of trophies. The third one, of course, we just talked about is not being a jerk. And what that actually means is be kind, be active, and be present. And those 3 things together will increase workplace happiness as a result. There is one more thing that I wanted to sort of do with you this morning. I did rewrite the song Happy by Pharrell Williams. Are you interested in seeing my version of Happy by Pharrell Williams? All right, okay. All right, I'm going to share that with you now. Here you go. Here it is. This is what I want to end on.
It might sound crazy what I'm about to say.
I told you, I'm a bad singer.
I like coming to work on a Monday. I'm in my car with no delay.
I'm going to take a picture of you guys, all right?
In my chair, and I don't care to work the day away. The reason for all this happy mood. The goal at work is excellence pursued. Well, the link between these things is a fact. If you have a doubt, read the abstract. Here's why. Clap along if you feel morale is through the roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you feel that staff are engaged too. Clap along if you feel satisfaction is in view.
All right, I think that's enough. All right?
Can nothing bring me down?
Yeah, that's, I got a little carried away with myself there, but so I've shared the secret with you. You have a job now, and your job is to spread that secret. It shouldn't be a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. These are obvious things. These are obvious things that we can try this afternoon, and I want you to spread that secret. Remember to be excellent and be happy. Thank you very much.